What's up guys, nothingwire.com, and we have the brand new Samsung Gear 2 with us today, and it's an upgrade of last year's Samsung Galaxy Gear. Now did you notice the Galaxy name being dropped here? There's no Galaxy here because there's no Android here. You have the Samsung Gear 2 because this guy is now powered by Tizen and not Android. Tizen in Samsung's own operating system, and I don't know if they would extend it to the smartphones, but right now the Samsung Gear 2, all the Samsung's latest gears have Tizen as the platform. So you have the typical box here, again 100% recyclable material, even the ink and the material here as well. And then you see that's 22,550, but you'd get it for about a couple of thousand or about 1,500 Indian rupees less online or with your local vendor. Is a golden brown version. You also have a black version, by the way. And then on the back you have some quick specs. You have a Super AMOLED screen here, 41.4. You have a 2MP camera. Note that that's one of the major difference between the Samsung Gear 2 and the Samsung Gear 2 Neo. They both look alike, but then Gear 2 has that 2MP camera, which the Gear Neo or Gear 2 Neo does not have. The Gear 2 Neo is also less premium built. You have Bluetooth 4.0, you have a gyroscope and accelerometer and whatnot. IP67 certified, dust and water resistant, just like the S5. You have microphone, speaker. It also has a built-in 4GB memory. So we're just gonna open the box and show you what's in there. Yeah. There you go, and then this way. Yeah, and let's open it. And on top you have the watch. It's beautiful. It's very thin as well. So we just come back to the watch a little later. So you have the chargers here. Oh, there's the round pin charger, wall charger, micro USB 2.0 port. Then you have a dock, and the charger will actually go in, so the charging point is not there on the watch, so you'll have to put the watch here and charge it. Then you have a few documents. You have the warranty card here, and then a quick start guide, and that's pretty much about it really, I guess. Yeah, so that's pretty much about it. Let's come back to our watch here. Now, how do I take this off? Okay, there you go. It's beautiful. Yeah, you have a very premium rubber material here. So the Gear 2 Neo would have a plastic material. Yeah, and that's the 2MP camera there. Then you have, I guess, slightly metal finish. Looks very premium. Then your power button, and then the Super AMOLED screen. You also have your heart rate sensor here, and then the charging, the dock contact point. Yeah. So let's wear it there, and it almost fits in. I think you would need to adjust a bit. So there you go, Samsung Gear 2. The Samsung Gear 2 looks almost similar to the Galaxy Gear 1, at least in terms of the size of the bezel and somewhat the look. But then the Gear 2 comes with some major advantages over the previous one. For example, one of the most important ones is that now the camera has moved to the bezel from the strap here. It has also bumped up the megapixel to become a 2 megapixel camera. You also have an IR blaster now housed besides the camera. Apart from the camera, the speaker also is now on the bezel and instead of on the clasp like in the case of the Galaxy Gear 1. Why? Because now, unlike in the case of the Gear 1, you can change the strap of the Gear 2. You can also pull this out and you can use one of the 4 colors that are available in the market right now. You might want to take one thing into consideration, is that the below part of the bezel looks identical to the strap because of the design, and it also is same case with the other color models as well. So you might just want to try the different color straps and make sure they don't look out of place before buying them. Apart from that, you also now have a very nice brushed metal look here. Also you have the heart rate monitor. Besides that, those are the contact points for the chargers. The clasp also becomes somewhat more secured but simpler. Now you have this thing, they see it goes, and it goes like that, and this is how you adjust it according to your wrist size. Now it's really simple. You see that knob that goes in, that goes in here, and then pull this and it becomes really simple. There, cool. Yeah, so the Gear 2 certainly looks more matured and certainly looks to have the right things at the right places to a large extent over the Galaxy Gear 1. You also have a smaller cradle, by the way. The Galaxy Gear 1 had a cradle that kind of almost encompasses the whole device, but this one is a very small one. It just goes right here, there, see, and then there's the micro USB 2.0 port. It also has 2 perforations here so that the sound from the speaker can come out unobstructed, and you see those depressions out here and out here is to actually make is to keep the cradle secured in place. You also have the mic now here. So this certainly looks more rugged and for me at least more premium than the Galaxy Gear 1. There's also another version called the Gear 2 Neo, which is all plastic. That's also about 1/3 of the price of the Gear 2 here. So you have the same 1.63-inch Super AMOLED screen, 1:1 aspect ratio, dual core 1 GHz processor, 512 MB RAM. This clock is IP67 certified, so that is dust and water resistant. Now let's go ahead and switch on the watch. This is Samsung Gear 2. Now when you switch it on for the first time, it will ask you to pair it up with a Galaxy device. Now this guy supports up to 18 Galaxy devices right now, including the S5, Note 3, Note 2, Grand 2, and some of the Galaxy Notes and Galaxy Tab as well. Now you see I've already connected the device, so it connects automatically the moment I switch on the Bluetooth or I switch on the device or the phone, and they are in that close proximity of less than 10 meters. Now when you switch on the first time, as I told you, it would ask you to be connected to the device, and without being connected you can do very few things. Like for example, you can still use it as a watch, or you can use the standalone music player, but then not the communication parts. Now to be able to work with the Gear 2 for most functions, you would need an app called Gear Manager, there you see, and you don't get that app on the Play Store, you get it only from the Samsung apps. So you search for Samsung Gear Manager, and that's the Gear Manager. I've already installed it, as you can see, so you can go ahead and install it for free, and then you connect it with the Bluetooth, and then you can switch on the Gear Manager here. Some quick tips that you can see, I'm gonna show you all of those, and then you will see that the Gear 2 is connected. Now you can do a lot of stuff from here as well as from the watch, and then combine. Now for example, you see the Gear 2 is connected here. Now that's the home styles, so you can go ahead and change the home styler. You can install apps, and you can send your music from the phone to the watch and kind of stuff. So let's go ahead and show you. So that's the watch display. Now you can change the watch here. You go to settings and you go to clocks, you can change them. There are a lot of those, you see. Speed lamps there. You can also change them. For example, it becomes this clock. You can also change them from the app here. For example, home screen styler, and then you can change your wallpapers as well as you can change your clocks. And you can also go ahead and you can download a lot of other clocks design that are available by third-party developers from here. For example, when you go here, my apps, and then a lot of stuff, and you can go ahead and you can download third-party clocks, but there are not many of them out there. So the Gear 2 is powered by Tizen and not Android. That's why there is no Galaxy word in Gear 2. But then it kind of looks almost similar to an Android phone. Actually, you have the same home screen arrangement, and there see, and you cannot delete the main home page, that is the clock. But apart from that, you can see there are 4 more home screen that houses some of the apps or shortcuts to the app, just like in case of the phone. Yeah, let's see, you cannot delete it as I can show you, but then you can delete these, or you can also move these around, and others kind of make space for those. Yeah, you can double tap on the home to use the volumes here, or you can long press to bring out the recent menu. You can long press the home button here to have the power off or restart thing. You can also have sound, vibration, mute. You see, you can also have an outdoor mode where the brightness goes generally from 4 to 6, but it will only stay there for 5 minutes just to make sure that you don't drain out your battery. So you can just swipe along the pages. You can also come back from any page, that's the back gesture. Now let's quickly have a look at some of the apps. So you have the dialer, and you can dial from here just like you would do on your Android phone, and it has a speaker so you can talk directly from the watch. You can also use a Bluetooth headset, just that the watch needs to be connected to the phone. And then you have the 2MP camera. It's an autofocus camera, which is a great thing. You can take both stills and videos, and you can toggle it from there. Yeah, you can simply tap on the screen to take a photo there. It takes some time, takes about half a second to process the photo. And then you have various options. You can add those autofocus stuffs, and then you see autofocus and even macro, and then your photo sizes, and then you can also geotag. You can also sound and shot, by the way, another very good thing. And then you can toggle to video from there, and then tap on the screen to start recording. Now note that the Gear 2 can record only up to 15 seconds of video, so they are good for a quick Vine upload or Instagram upload, but not necessarily to make a movie. And there's a setting. Yeah, so you can set your clock, your wallpapers and stuff. There are a lot of clocks, and as I told you before, you can also download third-party clocks from independent developers. Then your wallpapers, you can also choose one of the pictures. So I chosen one of the pictures that I took from the Gear 2, and there you see now that picture appears on the background. So really cool. And then you have notification settings there. It's enable, of course. Then your display, Bluetooth. You also have a double press setting where I just got a notification. Anyway, so here I can read it right on the device. I can go ahead and show it on my phone as well. I can also reply by some predefined lines. You see, I can go on and show it on my device. It straight away opens my email client and shows that message. Let's go back to settings and show you the rest of the stuff. So double press. So I have configured as voice on my double press. So the moment I double press on the power button, it will start as voice. Note that for as voice to operate, you need to be connected to the phone. You can reset your gear from here. Now one important thing is that you can connect the Gear 2 to only one device at a time. To be able to connect to another device, you need to completely reset the Gear 2, which is kind of weird, but then probably that's how it is. So guys, that's the Samsung Gear 2 for you. It cost about 21,000 odd rupees. Now it also comes in another variant called Gear 2 Neo, which does not have the camera and which kind of all plastic and does not have the metallic essence and also of less premium material. The thing is, except for these two, the absence of camera and the material, everything else is identical. Now I'm just hard pressed to find a reason to buy the Gear 2 just because of these two things. You always have the phone camera on the phone. I mean, a camera on a watch is well good, a bonus, but you do not necessarily need it if you have to shell out let's say more than 7,000 bucks. So I guess between the Gear 2 and the Gear 2 Neo, I personally would go for the Gear 2 Neo. Of course, the Gear 2 looks much more premium. So if you're one of those guys who likes to flaunt your watches, then the Gear 2 is the perfect watch. It also has the camera just for those spy moods. So that's about it guys, the Gear 2 review. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more such content. Thank you.